Welcome, 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 guys. My name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen Channel. I want to welcome you back for another reading, no matter what time of day it is or what day you have found this message. I'm super grateful that you're here. Guys, today's date is April 21st of 2025. Today is Monday. So definitely, if you are seeing some combination or any of those numbers in your day, in your energy, popping up in front of you in any order, please do look those up in the gematria and the angel number meanings in association with today's message, especially if this message resonates for you. Guys, it is a beautiful Monday here in Michigan. I mean, the weekend was wonderful. A little bit cooler right now, but we're starting the day out. We're going to get up into the upper 60s today. Not that I'm trying to just give you a whole weather forecast, but just generally to say things are looking up. So that might be something in the energy for you this week. You might feel like, I don't know, a little bit of a nudge or an intuitive hint that some good things are coming. And if you do, really work with that energy because that could be something that is a little bit of messaging coming through from your guides or your spirit team, those that you're working with, that something is getting ready to change. And I am picking that up in the energy for quite a few of the collective members. Some are moving, some are entering new relationships, romantically, business. Some are going to have opportunities to maybe have a little more income coming in or a lot more income for some people. So whatever that is for you, whatever that represents, definitely work with that energy. You can work with high vibrational frequency tracks. You can work with meditation. You can just sit and ground out and just really feel into that emotion as it's coming up. And those are all great ways to work with the energies. Guys, if you have any ways that you really like to work with new energy coming in or that feeling that something is coming, feel free to put that below in the chat, okay? So I am going to just dive right in. While I do that, of course, I'm going to drink my coffee and light up some Palo Santo. So definitely, if you have coffee, if you have sage, Palo Santo, anything that you are lighting to just start your day out very nicely, definitely go on ahead and grab that. If you are into your day when you hear this message, no worries. Just join me in this moment here and let's kind of look into this energy together. Okay, guys? So definitely, I'm just going to clear out the space a little bit. I hope you guys' week is off to a good start. If not, I hope that after this video, or maybe even during this video, it starts to get a little bit better for you. That's my hope for you. Visitors to the channel, subscribers to the channel, you are all most welcome, and I appreciate you so much. And I want to thank you for being here. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the all button so that you get all of the notifications as videos come out. There's a lot of videos being kind of released in groups or clumps. So, 3 videos might come out in a day, 4 might. I think you only get notifications for about 3. So definitely just kind of check back often to see what has been released so you don't miss anything, okay? All right, guys. Got my trusty crystals here. All right. I wanted to make a note too, just really briefly, and we'll jump into the download. There was a video that I saw yesterday, Sunday. So this is being recorded on a Monday. And it was really interesting because this YouTuber was talking about the spiritual community and spiritual practices and how a lot of people are getting burnt out on spirituality as it relates to the spiritual community. So I thought this topic was really interesting because of, some of the things that people were saying and, what was challenging for them looking at spirituality through a certain lens or a lens that was suggested to them as opposed to just looking at it in the ways that feels in alignment for them. So I really thought it was a good video. They also noted that there's a lot of people who were returning to former religious practices due to not feeling like they had a whole lot of success with just spirituality, just connecting with their higher self, their higher purpose, with source, whatever it is that you connect with. That a lot of people weren't having the results that they wanted to have. And so a lot of people just like returned to the churches and different things that they were at before when they left to go find themselves. So something in the energy that I'm picking up is there's kind of like, for some people, a lull in the energy, or it feels like nothing's happening, or it feels like they're not making progress. And so now they're wondering, am I on the right path? Am I on the right track? And for some people, this is leading them to return to former practices or ways of viewing things because it is the last thing that is known. So I really wanted to bring that out in the energy today, that it could feel like there is a lull in the energy, or like everything is stopped or everything is paused, but that's actually not what's happening, at least not what I'm picking up. We are at a turning point or a shifting point. So things are pivoting, shifting, kind of maneuvering into a new timeline. And so for some people, that might feel like everything's paused, or like they're not getting the same downloads, the same information, the same energy that they felt in the same way at this time. So something about shift and change is that it's just that, it's shift and change. So it could be also that the way that you're going to receive information, or the direction that you need to go, or the processes and activities that you need to get involved with, the people you need to meet, the things you need to be doing might be shifting and changing. So one thing could be, or one aspect could be, that the former way that you were doing things when you first entered your spiritual journey is no longer needed, or is no longer the proper route. Something is changing because it must, in order for you to reach your goal, and in order for the universe to move, those who are awakened, the light workers, and energies that are here to assist with basically like evolution of mankind. There's something different needs to happen, because clearly if everything was going to happen based on the way that it was, we would be seeing more change in a positive direction. We would have seen, past tense, more change in a positive direction. It's the reason we haven't is because some things need to change. So we're going to feel this on a global level, and we're also going to feel this internally. So it's like the macrocosm and the microcosm. It's the larger issue and then the smaller aspect of it. It's really not small, because you guys are a whole universe within yourself. I hope you know that. But when I say that, it's just in comparison to the way that you're experiencing in 3D. It feels like the big global issue and then the internal issue. Let me word it that way. But it has to happen that way, okay? Because if we continue to do things the way that we were, using the processes that we were, and we were not getting the results that we want, so it's past, future, then something in the present, okay, that's the here and now, the present energy, there's only this present moment. It's when we reflect on the future, or we reflect on the past, or we think about the future and we reflect on the past, that we actually notice a difference in a timeline. But everything is this present moment. When we get to the present moment, that's where the changes happen, guys. That's why you're feeling that presently. It doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It doesn't mean you're on the right path. It might not even be about that. It might just be that some time has to pass, or something needs to come into alignment properly. Or maybe there's a viewpoint you need to adapt or adjust. Maybe there's a belief system that needs healing. It can be a lot of different things, but it doesn't mean that something is right or wrong. It might just mean that time is needed for an adjustment. Something needs to shift or pivot. So that can feel like nothing's happening because we're not noticing anything great. We're not noticing anything bad. We're just coasting, and it feels nondescript. And so we might be worried, oh no, have I lost my connection? Oh no, am I not on the right path? Oh no, am I looking at things incorrectly? So there's something here in the energy about adjusting or adapting your viewpoint when it comes to this present moment and what it means to be engaged in your soul mission. It doesn't always feel like some big ordeal or event. We're used to that because things work a certain way in the world that we live in presently. There's always some big event or something that we're feeling because that's systemic. That's the way we're hardwired in a lot of cases. They sell things to us based off of an emotional response, right? So if we don't feel anything, we're not moved to take an action. So that can be true in a lot of cases, but it with spirituality, it's different. It isn't always that we need to feel a big, strong emotion to know that we're moving in the right direction, or to feel like Source is providing for us and giving us the energy that we need. It isn't always that. Just a thought I wanted to drop on your virtual desk this morning, because I don't think it's about shuffling in and out of groups. And if the spiritual community has turned into another, like church or organization, and this is not to slam churches, if it works for you, that's just fine. But if it's turned into yet more of what we've already been doing in the past, I want you to think about that in relation to shift and change. Does something need to shift and change there? And how might you step into that energy and confirmation on that? I had a cute little fluffy just blow in the door. Springtime energy, right? Okay, guys, so just had to do my little, reflective rant this morning. But let's go on ahead and jump into the message. So we have something here related to a collective member or collective members. And once again, if all the details don't fit, it's okay. Focus on the ones that do and just leave the rest, okay? Because if you're here and something's resonating, it's for a reason. So there's something here about a collective member that is basically wanting to understand more about something. They're waiting for something to be revealed, and it's feeling like it hasn't come yet, and they're frustrated about it. As a matter of fact, I think the message I got was something like, more will be revealed in time. There's something here about what it is that you want to understand that has to be revealed in a proper time or little bits at a time. And it has to do with where you are at vibrationally, energetically. If all of this was to be dumped on you or given in a large portion, it may be more harmful to you than helpful. So there's something here about the timing and the way the information is being disseminated to you. I also picked up in the download something here about someone's husband or spouse whose name is John. So I saw two spellings for that, Jon, and I also saw John. I'm not sure exactly how that factors in, but something about someone's husband, John. And there's also something here. There was a channeled song that came in, which is wild. It's Let It All Work Out. And that is by Lil Wayne, Wheezy, whatever you want to call him. It was just so odd. Like, that song came in and it was just playing over and over again. I think the song in general has to do with, like, the lyrics has to do with him or someone, I don't know if he made the song about himself, going through some really severe challenges that caused him to give up. And he actually got to the point where he gave up and he tried to unalive himself. And I'm sorry if this is a trigger warning for anyone. But it didn't work when he tried to do that to himself. It didn't work. And he ended up like actually surviving through it. And then on the other side of it, he mentioned that he had like a conversation with God. And he came out the other side awakened. So it was almost symbolic of like a spiritual death. And I don't know if he was talking about a literal one or a spiritual one, but that's really what I picked up in relation to the reading. Something here about a symbolic death, a symbolic, ending of some aspect of who you were and moving into this new person that you will be. And once again, I'm sorry if this is triggering. It's not meant to be triggering. It's meant to be like a moment associated with like awakening and understanding why some things feel so challenging and so difficult and almost like they're impossible. It's like it puts an end to a whole way of thinking, being, viewing things. Like passing over into a new form of self, a new identity. So, and I don't know if you guys have heard that song. It's the one he says, where the chorus says, let it all work out. Let it all work out. So I don't know if you've heard that, but probably. I mean, I think it's pretty popular, but, and then something about the chorus, let it all work out. Something about releasing, not holding on to things, not trying to control and, grasp the steering wheel all the time, but allowing yourself, to just be in the moment, be in that present moment, like what we talked about at the beginning of the video, and allowing yourself to learn, grow, experience, not having to feel like you have to control everything, just letting it work out, letting your spirit team work out for you. Right? Now, if you're a person that feels like everything's at a standstill, nothing's moving and you're unsure of things, this is where that energy could come in, where we start to feel like we need to backtrack. It's different thinking, you know what, I can look back and see that I need to make some shifts and changes about the way I treated people or the way that I viewed certain connections in my life. I can see my part I played and why some things went the way they did. And I take full responsibility for that. And I'm going to take the time to work through that and heal. That's one thing. Confirmation. It's quite another to try to just go back to the former ways you were doing things. Just because you don't know where the next step is, you just go backwards in reverse. That's two different things. You're being encouraged to be patient. The information I'm hearing is here. It's being released in small bits. Wow, guys. This is a heavier download than I thought it was going to be. Somebody's really going through a lot right now. I'm going to relight the Palo Santo, and we're going to go on ahead and pull some cards on this. Let it all work out. Let it all work out. Let it all work out. I just keep hearing that. Your spirit team wants you to just kind of let them do their job. Your job is to be patient and to be present in this moment and let it all work out. All right, guys. Let's see. We'll put this guy here. There we go. Wow. Somebody's feeling some really strong emotions around whatever this is that's going on. It's interesting. All right. Listen. Clarifying life situations. Let's go. Clarifying life situations. Look at this. Look at what was at the bottom of the deck. getting better and on the mend. Look at that. Somebody might have been dealing with some health challenges. We're going to go on ahead and just pop that right up here. Somebody might have been dealing with some health challenges or some sort of challenges where they felt like they weren't doing very well, either emotionally, spiritually, physically. Somebody did not feel like they were doing very well. Yeah, look at this. I split the deck. Ride the current. Embrace change. Flow with the rhythm and release resistance. Answers unfold in the dance of transition. Your answers are coming. Unlock your heart. Allow yourself to be vulnerable or embrace vulnerability. Let love guide your journey to self-discovery. Somebody needs to release something. Even the way I'm feeling as I'm doing this reading is different. It's something different happening here for whomever this resonates with. Something different is happening. This is not the same. This is not you going backwards. This is not you being lost. You're feeling that way because you cannot identify the feeling. You don't know what this is. It's completely new. That's why it feels like you're lost. You've never been on this path before. Something changed. Something shifted. Wow. Spirit, let's go. Messages. Wow. Let's see what we've got here. Wow. This has to do with your creativity. Look at this. And you're being encouraged to ignite it. Harness innovation, fuel imagination, and witness manifestation as answers unfold in your journey of discovery. Wow. You've been through some hurtful events. This is like the shadow self on fire. Like something got lit up. But you do know that fire refines. Fire refines. So all of these challenges that you went through, these hurtful events, are part of the reason why your answers are coming and why you're about to level up. As you endure this period, learn not to dwell on the past so it won't anchor you down. Look at that. What did we just talk about? If spirit isn't real, I don't know what is. So something here about your creativity and hurtful events that you went through, something's being ignited in you. You're on the mend. You're actually getting better. You're being encouraged. You're not lost. Thank you, Spirit. Something about solitude here. You're being asked to reflect deeply for survival. Keep your mind open as answers reveal lessons in the quiet of introspection. Something here you need to be mindful or thoughtful about. Okay, something here about introspection. Okay, and we have the duality dance here. Seek balance amid the chaos and find harmony within yourself. Yeah, there's something here, and I'm noticing like strings on this puppet. Okay, I mean, this might speak to your joy, maybe feeling like you've been harnessed or kind of had cords into you or controlled or not allowed to really step into your full joy here. But you're being encouraged to try to seek balance. It might feel a little chaotic right now, okay? And that's because you're shifting to a new timeline. That's why none of this feels familiar, because it's not. Not in this incarnation. You may have experienced this wherever else your energy has been, but you don't know this time. You've never done this in this incarnation. So there's something very unique about where you are. Thank you, Spirit. You're being encouraged to stay in the flow. Surrender to the rhythm of life. Remain open to opportunities and lessons as they naturally unfold. Somebody might be a water sign, or somebody might like to swim or be in the ocean or be by the water. Someone might also live by the water, a lake, an ocean, a pond. Take the energy as it resonates. Yeah, you need to be fully immersed in this experience. You have to surrender. You got to take your hand off the steering wheel. That's whomever I'm talking to, that's challenging for you. But you're being encouraged that these lessons and this energy has got to naturally unfold. You can't force it. I just posted a TikTok the other day where I mentioned I had a download on this topic that it's okay to let things naturally evolve in whatever direction they're going to evolve. And then after that happens, look at it and say, is this in alignment for me? Is this what I want? Is this in alignment with my soul mission, my soul path, my soul purpose? Am I still figuring out what that is? It's okay to let things naturally evolve. We don't have to be fearful and grip everything and hang on to it and try to steer it. We don't even know what we're steering towards in a lot of cases, especially if we have like spirit team members and helpers that are assisting us. We have to be patient, right? Divinely guided. Trust the wisdom of the universe and remain open to receive guidance as you journey through life's mysteries. You're being divinely guided. You're being encouraged to remember that when you're trying to grip the steering wheel and take Spirit's hands off the wheel. Trust the wisdom of the universe. Whomever I'm speaking to gets this point, like they understand this. They're just having a hard time with it. Look at this. Split the deck. Trust your path. Listen to intuition, seek direction, and embrace discovery. Answers reveal the journey within. We talked about the journey without and the journey within. The macrocosm and microcosm, like, so to speak. Putting it in basic terms. The big outer picture and the inner picture, which is just as big, but it may not feel like it in your reality. The way you're experiencing it feels like the smaller issue. But guys, actually, this inner path, your intuition, that is the bigger issue. Actually, because that's what shapes what's happening around you. And we see the compass here. How is your compass set? How is your compass set? Is north actually north? Or is north some other direction? That's a question all of us can ask ourselves. You're being encouraged to stop and reflect. Pause in your journey to appreciate how far you've come and where you're headed. Wow, guys. Something here about introspection and pausing. Somebody needs to slow down. Yeah, quiet moments and hear what's unsaid. Tune into the silence for truth that words cannot express. Listen deeply. There's some truth that you're going to understand by listening on a deeper level, guys. Especially if this has to do with truths about people, places, things around you. It's not just what's said. It's not just what's done. It's what isn't said. It's what isn't done. Okay? So you're being encouraged to look deeper than the surface. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. Soul whispers. This is your spirit team talking to you guys. Look beyond the words and hear what is really being said now. What? Look at this. All this energy here is like confirmation. You're being divinely guided. That's your spirit team whispering to you. It has to do with your path. Look at that. That's pretty powerful that all that information came out in that way. That's pretty powerful. Somebody has got some really awesome things coming their way. Okay, Spirit. Any more messages here for the collectives? I'm going to pull from the yes, no deck so we can just, not that timing is the end all be all here as far as like exact timing. I mean, it does matter. But the timing is going to be what it's going to be, guys. It's not something we can force. But sometimes people like the yes, no cards just to kind of get an idea. That may not be the answer for everyone, but it might be for some of you. Look at this. Give up control. Look at this. Like literally you guys are getting the same message over and over again. Spirit is really asking you to like think about the next time you try to take the steering wheel from them. Soul whispers and then give up control. Look at this. Release your grip on outcomes. Embrace the present moment's wisdom. I mean, it can't get any more clear. Fast progress. Look at this. I told you it's here. It's not on its way. It's here. It's just being given basically in the doses that you can handle. Move forward with swift precision and do what must be done now. This is a call to action. See, they're not at the start of the walk. They're up the path. You're being encouraged. Whatever steps you need to take, start doing that now because it's here. Whatever this is that's here for you is here. Sounds like it's some information that's going to help you to know how to move. Let it all work out. Let it all work out. Literally, that's what I just keep hearing. Mountain of Mastery. This one talks about ascending towards self-realization and triumph, guided by the stoic presence of the Mastery Mountain pathway. You guys are about to be masters at something. You're being put in a position, something very, very important, very powerful. Like there's nobody else on this peak but this one person. Like you guys are about to be masters of something. Wow. Looks like whatever you're about to learn or what's about to be unveiled to you is going to help move you like into action in regards to whatever this is that's coming in. It's going to be different for each person because I'm picking up on multiple energies here. But then we have thrive and believe. Embrace growth and trust in promise. Keep an open mind. Answers reveal the path to fulfillment. Yeah, you're supposed to be stepping into the present moment. Look at these little baby plants coming up here. They're not worrying. They're not spinning. They're not toiling. Look at them. They're just in the present moment. They're growing. That's you. And you're being encouraged not to worry, not to spin, not to toil. Just thrive. And by thriving, I mean focusing on the things you need to focus on that help you to live better now. Not putting it off to the future. Well, I'll do those things when I have more. Or I'll be that person when I possess this. No. It's not the do. You have to have it to be it, to do it. That's the wrong model. It's going to be, I need to be that now so I can have what I want to have and do more. You're actually taking action on the front end. So you're being encouraged to thrive and really hold on to your understanding and your belief in yourself, your growth, and your plan, or your path, to fulfillment, that you're being guided towards it. And whomever I'm speaking with already has this belief. They just have moments where they feel like nothing's happening. Transform and rise. Your journey of transformation unlocks vast potential, guiding your evolution to new heights. So you guys are getting ready, like I said. Ooh, that one just took off. Let me grab this one here. Yeah, Metamorphosis Mirage is on the other side. You guys are going through a massive transformation, but look at this. Look at what this transformation is going to do. It's like you've climbed this mountain, all the challenges, everything that you've been through. You've climbed this mountain and you've ended up here. This is where you're going to be. What that looks like will depend on your journey and what it is that you're here to do. But those of you who are hearing this message and resonate, you know exactly what it is you want to do. That may factor in. It's something you're passionate about, something that you're connected with, that you're going to be doing here. And it has something to do with all of this change, these challenges that you've gone through. But you're about to hit a mountain of mastery. Wow. So look at this. This is the last card in this deck, Divine Timing. Be patient, for some things take time to manifest fully in your life. What did we just talk about? Let it all work out. This is that energy. It's a divine timing thing. So it doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong or you're not doing something right because it hasn't come in yet. There's another angle to this. There's many other angles, but divine timing is definitely one of the angles that it sounds like you have not considered. Okay? I want to put this right here because I feel like that's really important energy. Wow. Guys, let's go into our next deck here. Definitely coffee, water, tea, Go on ahead and bring it in. Because I sure am. Let me see. What time is it? It's 11:25 on the clock. So technically it's still morning. Although I will drink coffee at whatever time of the day. But let's go to Intuitive Whispers and then we'll go to Yes, No. I feel like this will be a good deck for us to work with. So, Spirit, what can you tell us out of Intuitive Whispers? Messages for the collectives. Let's see if we're going to read the guidebook here too. We shall see. Messages for the collectives. What are some intuitive whispers that they can tap into right now? Oops. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Intuitive whispers for the collectives. What do we have? Intuitive whispers for the collectives. Intuitive whispers for the collectives. Let's have them pop right out, Spirit. Thank you. Oh. Number 36 is on the table. Also, number 9. One next step, guys. You see the palace over here? It's been a difficult path. See that path of rocks and water? And the water's kind of rough around those rocks too. See where the sun is shining? It's like the destination of all destinations. One next step. This could also be symbolic of taking it one step at a time and the rewards that come with each step. Each step brings you closer to your goal. Each step. Wow. Guys, this is very, very close. For this card to say one next step, and then we have 36 on the table, number 9. Wow. Somebody's soul path might be number 9, or the 9th of the month might be significant. Somebody might have the number 9 in their birth year or birthday. Could be April 29th of something. I don't know. If that's the case, happy birthday. One next step. All right, Spirit. Give us like 2 more messages here for the collectives. That's very telling. Like everything in the readings about be patient, focus on keeping yourself, on track with what you want to experience. Thank you, Spirit. And then we have the one next step card. So you're definitely being shown that whatever this is like right there. Don't give up. Don't run back the opposite direction. Don't go back to doing things the old way. Definitely. If you look back and see there's some areas where you need to heal, fine. Address that. Acknowledge that. That's okay. But you're being encouraged not to go in reverse. Okay? Because you're right there. Sun is shining. You're being shown where your next step is. Go. Run for it. Wow. 33. You might be seeing 33, 33, or 333. Look at this doorway. Do you see the cherubs? Something like very earthy, spiritual is something that you're doing that is very connective. Because the imagery here, it's like something that has to do with your light or with the light. Maybe you're a light worker. I don't know. But your soul knows. Some kind of intuitive nudge that you've been getting, which was hinted at here in this deck. You understand what it is that you want to do. You understand what it is that you're passionate about. You understand this, right? You're being encouraged to take that next step that's going to move you to that thing or that information that you want to have, that understanding that you've been longing for. one more step here. It's not going to be the next step, the next step, the next step, the next step. No, it's one more. Might be one thing that you need to adjust, adapt, release, move through, right? Might be one thing you need to do. Your soul knows what that is. Spirit, one more message for collectives, and we're going to read the guidebook on this one, Spirit. One more message for the collectives out of this deck. It's an intuitive whisper. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. Something about your sacral chakra. You're being encouraged. Number 6, tap into your sacral chakra. Something might need to be healed associated with your sacral chakra. So remember we talked about those challenges earlier that you've been through? I had 2 cards pop, guys. Something from your past associated with your sacral chakra being open and spinning, because that word chakra, it's like a spinning vortex. They're like energy portals in the body. Something here about that particular energy portal that might be a little closed off, okay, that needs some healing. So you can definitely, I mean, I don't have time to go into that in this reading. You can definitely do some research on the sacral chakra if this part of the message resonates for you. But, you know, it could be some sort of early life experience, trauma, maybe some bad past relationships. Something is going on here where this vortex is not as open as it should be or could be. Let me word it that way. It's not about what it should, it's about what it could. And what you choose, you know, but if that resonates for you, do some work on your sacral, because that's something associated with your gifts, abilities, and whatever this is that you are waiting on or wanting to come in, whatever this is associated with your sacral power. So there's something here about healing that. I also see somebody might like sunflowers. Somebody's name could be Sunflower. I see something here with like jaguars. Not jaguars. What is that? Leopards. Something here with cats. Somebody might have a cat or like big cats. Somebody might like to wear leopard print. That's really interesting. Yeah, definitely look into whatever's going on with your sacral. And that's the chakra that's just above your root chakra. So root chakra sits at the base of your spine, and the sacral is usually, especially if I see like a feminine form here, so you might operate more so out of your feminine energy. If you do happen to be a person with a uterus, you know, that's kind of around that area, you know, so there might be some sort of emotional trauma associated with that area, okay? Or you might have issues in that area. Not medical advice, just speaking from an energetic standpoint. And then we have number 40. You're being encouraged to split your focus, okay? And look at what he's doing here. He's got a camera. So somebody might be a photographer or a videographer. Somebody might like to work on film, portraits, pictures of still life. Somebody might like to be out in the woods doing this. Somebody might be someone who likes to take pictures of the planets. Okay. But whatever this hobby is, you're passionate about it. And maybe you don't take time out to work on it because you kind of feel like, oh, I don't have time. I'm not able to do this because I have to go do this, this, and this. Remember, you were encouraged earlier here. You need to thrive, not just exist, not just live. So this has something to do with how you manage your time and making sure that you're taking time out for whatever this passion is, okay? You're being encouraged. Number 40, you might be seeing 444 or 4040. You're being encouraged to split your time up. So start factoring in time for whatever this hobby is. And then bottom of the deck, ground from the root. We're going to go on ahead and read the Intuitive Whispers guidebook on this one. Something here about grounding will help you as you are in a space where you are waiting on divine timing. Ground from the root, number 5. You might be seeing 555 in your energy or 5555. Ground from the root. Let's see. This one says, escape from your overthinking mind and ground yourself in your body, right down to your roots. You are spending too much time in your thoughts, which are holding you in your past. Remember we talked about that. Or predicting an uncertain future. Wow, guys, I can't make it up. This is literally confirming what we talked about at the beginning of the reading. When you are grounded, you are fully present in your body. There is a deep wisdom that can be found there. The insights from your own life experiences, plus the wisdom of your ancestors who have walked before you. It's time to get rooted in nature and connect fully to your body to rediscover the strength that lies deep within you. So they're giving you some advice on how to ground. This one says to find a comfortable seat out in nature if possible and close your eyes. Notice the ground supporting you. Begin to deepen your breath, inhaling for 4 seconds and then exhaling for 4. Visualize roots growing down into the earth beneath you. Follow your awareness as it takes you deeper into the earth until you reach its very center. Repeat these words of affirmation. I am grounded and rooted in the deep wisdom of my body. I am grounded and rooted in the deep wisdom of my body. So guys, that's a little process you can use. And you can see here in the card, see how the roots come out from the bottom of her body? She's literally becoming one here with the earth, with Gaia. So somebody needs to ground out while you're waiting on this. You're being encouraged to split your focus up a little bit. Factor in some time for whatever this hobby or this thing is that you enjoy doing that's a passion for you. And also take your hands off the steering wheel here. This is divine timing. You're not going to be able to control this. But whatever this is, guys, this is going to take you through a transformation. And then you guys are going to hit the mountain of mastery. I mean, there's not too much I need to say about that. Let's grab a yes/no deck. Just a little bit of timing for whomever this resonates with. And once again, keep in mind, guys, this may not be your exact timing. Spirit may be picking up on one collective member, or this might be a general number, you know, associated with multiple people. I don't know. We'll have to see, but I try to warn people not to take the yes/no deck like perfectly literal, because it may give you a general idea, maybe for one person or 2 people or 3 people. It actually happens on this timeline. So we shall see. So, all right. Let's see what Spirit has to say about whatever this is that you're wanting information on. This one popped. Yeah, we have a great big yes. Whatever this is that you are wanting to understand, it's coming in here. Knock, knock. Good luck is at your door, and it is willing to help you find control over the situation. To clarify the unclear. I can't make it up. You're looking at the energy work, guys. This is wild. Stagnation and failure vanish as the proverbial door opens wide for a rich and beautiful life. This is what we were talking about. You were concerned, whomever resonates, with things being at a standstill. This is why I felt compelled to share that with you. You're being encouraged. You're being shown here, right here in this video. Your worries, your concerns were heard. That's why this energy came up. Stagnation and failure is about to vanish. There's a door opening. That's the door. All of this was to help you transform. Who's to say that the things that you went through weren't necessary for you to come to this point and actually be in a state of mastery? Maybe these things are things you had to experience. But Spirit is saying, good luck is here. Okay? So whomever this resonates with, you're about to have an answer. That's that one next step energy. Release the doubt, release the fear. Stop focusing on the past and fear of the future. Focus on the present, ground out. I'm not even picking up there's anything more that you really need to do other than that. That's the one next step. It's just releasing, this fake energy that we are sold in this, systemic setup here of control. I got to control this. I got to control that. They control this. They control that. No one ever acknowledges like the divine plan systemically. There is a divine plan here, and you are being encouraged to really focus on that as opposed to all these other fears and doubts, which is dragging potentially your energy down. So if yes, the end of nostalgia welcomes the arrival of a change in 1 to 2 weeks. Wow, guys. Fulfillment and self-realization awaken a library of phenomenal ideas. Channels of power and creativity are open. This allows you to link the unlinkable, which power and creativity have responsibility to do. Look at this. There's something in here about your creativity. I can't remember exactly where that card went. That may have something to do with your sacral and why it's important for you to work on healing that. Wow. There's something here about your creativity. Here it is. It's the vortex of creativity. The vortex of creativity. Let me see if I can get this one up so I can share it with you guys. Yeah, somebody might have kind of buried their creativity. Like it's hard for them to pick it up, if you know what I'm saying. You're being encouraged to ignite creation. Look at this. Which power and creativity have a responsibility to do. There's something you're going to be responsible for here. Not in a bad way or in a heavy and burden-like way, but something that you're going to be responsible for as this energy ignites within you. You guys are going to be doing something really big, and I feel like you're going to be sharing something with others that they really need to hear, see, learn, understand. Well, this is huge. Guys, hang in there. Don't give up. Don't go running in reverse. Stay the course. This is where you're headed. Okay? Have faith. Believe. Thrive and believe. And I'm not asking you to have faith in something you don't understand. Have it in yourself. No one ever tells people to have it in themselves. It's always in other things. Have faith in yourself. You are growing. Okay? You are growing. This is you. It's something new growing inside of you. It's going to take you to mastery. And the universe is helping you to get there. So guys, I'm going to close the reading out there. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading, and I hope this was helpful and connective. Definitely feel free to leave comments in the chat about your challenges, your growth. If you would like a personal reading, my email address is in the description box, so you can feel free to email me, and I'm happy to do a personal reading. I am going to be offering and sharing for sale some herbal mixtures that you can use. They're completely natural, and they have herbs that are good for cleaning, like your house. You can use them on your body, your hair, your nails. I use these myself. So I'm going to be sharing those as well with the collectives. Anyone that wants to purchase those can reach out to me at my email box. And definitely, I can give you the price list for those herbs. Also, they're great to put in a pot and boil, as they do most excellent energy clearing in your house. When you clean with them physically and then boil them as well, you're going to feel a nice shift in the energy in your home, your office, wherever. So definitely reach out to me about those. I'm going to be working on a batch this week. So I'll have some available to ship out. Guys, I hope that, hope you're staying grounded. And if you haven't been, this is your reminder today from Spirit to start focusing on grounding. I want to send so much love and light to all those who resonate with today's message. And definitely, I will try my best to get back with you today with another message. But until then, I will definitely look forward to seeing you in the next reading. My name is Ora-gen, guys, and this is the Ora-gen Channel. See you soon.